We are now joined by Elliott Sadler, driver of the number 2 One Main Financial Chevrolet in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. He's currently tied for the points lead with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Elliott, a win here in February, or actually I think it was March. Talk a little bit about coming in this weekend and also coming back to a track that you won at this season.
Well, it's always good coming back to a track that you won at. I think I was sitting in this very chair talking about winning the race here in the spring, so it always feels good. The track seems to be the same tire, same rules, about the same temperature, maybe a little hotter, but we expect the same type of weekend, so we got pretty high hopes for this weekend.
All right. If you have questions for Elliott, if you can raise your hand. Okay, let's start with Dustin here.
Dustin Long, USA Today. Elliott, when the chase started in the Cup Series, a lot of people, or some people, discounted or questioned Matt Kenseth's chances of winning because he was going to move on to another team. You've made that decision in the middle of your championship battle, and yet you're still in the position you are. How is it that that hasn't distracted, or how have you overcome that?
I think it's pretty easy, and because it's not every day you're in this position to win a championship. And it's not just me, it's my race team. A lot of guys on my race team have never won a championship in NASCAR. So when we knew we were not coming back to Richard Childress Racing, I sat down with my team, and they all were like, look, we don't care what the hell's going on next year. We want to win a championship this year. And that's the attitude we've had from me, the driver, all the way down through everybody that's in the whole Nationwide Series shop. So it's pretty easy. I mean, it's not every day you're in this position to take advantage of winning a championship. So it's been very easy to stay focused. It's been very easy to everybody still be on the same page as far as communication is concerned. So, we just got to finish it out for 2 more weeks.
All right, let's go to Joe.
Joe Madser, NASCAR.com. Hey, Vickers was just in here. I wonder, you got any advice for a guy who actually won the Nationwide Series, Busch Series was then, and 10 years ago, and you're a guy who kind of has embraced going back to the Nationwide Series. I know you want to get back to Cup, but you just talk about maybe him battling next year for the Nationwide title.
It'll be hard to give him advice. He's already a champion, in the Nationwide Series, but I mean, I don't know. I hadn't talked to Brian much about his, his move and what he's doing and coming back to the Nationwide Series, but I'm sure he's going to have fun with it. I have. I think with his deal with Gibbs, he's going to be very competitive and have a chance to win the championship next year. So I think he'll have fun doing that. I think one thing Brian and I have in common is you love to race. And as a race car driver, you want to be able to race week in and week out, and you want to be able to compete, and you want to be able to be competitive, and you want to have a chance to win races. So I think if that happens, no matter what level you're at, you're pretty satisfied as a person and as a race car driver. So I'm guessing that's what he's thinking coming back to be a part of the Nationwide Series. Me, I'm having a hell of a lot more fun than I was a couple years ago. Coming back to the Nationwide Series was 100% the correct answer and the right decision for me to make for my career and for my life.
All right, Wolfgang.
Wolfgang Monser from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. Just a question, because I was confused looking at the Nationwide Series from the distance from Germany, that you leave a successful team. Is this already finalized for 2013, or is there still a possibility you go up in discussion again and carry on with Richard Childress Racing?
I think your terminology of me leaving the team is a little inaccurate. As far as me, a chance of coming back to that team next year, no, sir. I think they've already gone in the direction that they're going in, and I'm already going in the direction I'm going in.
All right, Tom.
Hi, Elliott. Tom Jensen, Speed.com. You were in the same situation last year. How different is it from last year? How's your confidence level? What should we look for the last 2 years, or last 2 weekends?
My confidence is pretty high, man. We've been fast. We've been really fast the last month. Just, run out of gas at Kansas, and last set of tires last week put us behind. But I feel good, man. It's funny. We've raced 31 weekends, and here we are starting all over again, all tied up with 2 races to go, which we know we got a fight on our hands. We understand. We know Ricky and those guys are going to be really good. We feel like we're going to be really good too, but it's fun. It's fun to be in this situation. It's pressure, but I think that's what we all live for. I'd rather be fighting for a championship and be under the pressure than be 10th in points or 12th in points and not have a chance at it at all. But it's a two-race shootout, man. I mean, that's how we used to race go-karts on weekends and stuff like that. It's kind of brings me back to my childhood.
All right, do we have any? Okay, Seth.
Seth Livingstone, NASCAR.com. Elliott, what's your relationship with Ricky Lake, and has that changed a bit this year compared to what it might have been a year ago when maybe you didn't know him as well?
Yeah, I think our relationship the last 16, 18 months has been pretty good. You know, I didn't know him that well when I first started racing, but, I mean, it became pretty evident halfway through the season last year that it was me against him for the championship. And we knew even before we went to Daytona this year, it was going to be us against him for the championship. So we have a lot of mutual respect for each other. I honestly feel like Ricky has made me a better race car driver the last 2 years because of his style of driving and how he hustles the cars. Made me have to change the way I drive a little bit. And I think if you ask him, I think I've made him a better race car driver and taught him some things. So he and I have had that conversation a few times, but we just got a lot of mutual respect for each other. And I think it's going to be just a great race down to the end. Yes. I think I heard you say Brad and Jimmy have respect for each other the way they race. Is that what you said? Yeah. Yeah, I thought they raced great at Texas together. And to see, you know, for me as a fan at home, when I was sitting at home watching it, I love watching the 2 points leaders race that hard with each other to win the race because they know how valuable 1 point is. So I. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't think Brad's going to take a chance wrecking himself just trying to wreck Jimmy. I think he's going to protect his car as well as Jimmy's going to protect his. They're just going to race each other hard. Yeah, I think it goes that deep.
All right, Claire.
Claire B. Life, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Talk about the nationwide race, what you expect to see here. I mean, obviously, a lot of people watching the nationwide race. Even Jimmy Johnson was talking about watching the trucks practice. A lot of focus.
Claire wants to know what do I think about the nationwide race and what I expect to see from it. Phoenix is a racetrack that it's all about track position right now, especially with the nationwide cars. We kind of pulled a rabbit out of the hat here in the spring and made some good pit calls for pit strategy, and we won the race by doing that, by being aggressive. I think you're going to see Luke and myself being way more aggressive this weekend than what you've seen us do the last month to put ourselves back in that same situation. So I think you're going to see track position. I think you're going to see different types of pit strategy. And I definitely think the guys on Sunday can watch the nationwide race and learn where passes are being made, if the grooves open up, what line you want to be in on the restart, things like that they can kind of incorporate to help them on Sunday.
All right, if we can get one up front to Lewis, please, right here.
Hi, Elliott. Lewis Frank Reuters and Speed Week. Last week, you responded to a tweet of Jim Utters about the restarts at Texas. Have anything been cleared up in your mind since?
No. No. Jim read my mind completely last week. I was watching the race from home going, well, how is that not a black flag? And then the next restart, on hell, how is that not a black flag? So, you know, I'm still very bitter about what happened at Indy because being black flag for something and taking a win away from you, then 17 points, and then telling you 30 minutes after the race that you didn't do anything wrong, it's pretty hard to swallow. So, you know, when I thought, you know, my opinion, the 2-car went early last week, I'm thinking, well, that's a black flag. Okay, maybe that didn't come out. Okay, 48 beat the 2 to the line. And Jimmy didn't do anything wrong at all. The 2-car just spun his tires. But he beat him to the line. So that's the rule, so black flag him. But at this, I'm thinking of this day of the game and this stage of the game, NASCAR is not going to black flag anybody to change the championship that much. It's different than me in Indy in August because you didn't really know what was going to happen with the championship then. But it might come down to it now.
Right.
So, yes, I'm still confused.
All right, Wolfgang.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Elliott, in short or long-term future, is there a possibility you will set up your own team in case you will have the financial?
My own team? Do what now?
If you will set up your own team in short or long-term future, is this an option?
No way. No, hell no. I don't want to become an owner. I appreciate the question, though. You want to sponsor it? Sponsor? No. No, no, sir. Have no ambition of being an owner at all.
All right, if we can get a microphone up to David, please.
Did I come at lunchtime? I see a lot of people eating. Did I come at lunchtime? Yes?
You
Okay,
did.
sorry to interrupt your lunch.
You didn't interrupt our lunch. Elliott, can you expand a little bit? You said NASCAR came to you 30 minutes later and said you did nothing wrong.
Yeah, in the meeting, in the truck, in the hauler after the race. Robin Pemberton looked in my eyes and told me I didn't do anything wrong. How in the hell did I get black flag?
You feel like that's costing you right now?
I feel like it'd be a total different race if that didn't happen, because we could have raced a whole lot differently since then, because we'd have had a whole lot more of a cushion. But, you can't change the past. You just got to move forward, and 2 weeks, and hopefully that will not, I don't think that'll come into play. Should be fine.
If he said you did nothing wrong, why did he say he penalized you then?
That's exactly right. That's a good question.
All right, any additional questions?
Never got an answer.
For Elliott? All right, thank you. Good luck this weekend.
All right, see you guys.